Vanilla Vick in New York.
Gonna give him that
Getting the
name?
get I haven't given him that name. That's going around on Twitter today and on
Did
Sunday.
he did he run for a touchdown?
I believe he did quite a bit of running. Uh, he had 17 carries for 78 yards.
Wow. 17 carries?
A
That's
lot of
more carries
quarterback draws.
than that's more carries than most of the Chiefs combined in most games.
This is the same guy who has a video of him falling flat on his face before scoring a touchdown,
Yes.
Yep.
running down the field.
Turf monsters are a thing, all right?
Funny thing about that
Listen.
video actually is he had the highest speed of any player on that run.
Was the fastest speed of the season. Listen, Vanilla
No,
Vick,
what? No, it
Yeah,
was not.
it was.
No, he
it's
did
like
not.
it was like 24, 25 miles an hour.
No,
It's
no
sad.
way. I'm
It's
I'm
sad.
Go
corroborating
for it.
this.
Look it
Go
up.
ahead. Please do. Next gen stats. But in this game, not only did he have 17 carries and 78 yards, no touchdowns rushing, he did go 24 for 35, 301, and two tutties. The solid QBR of 81.2. I was for certain that this was going to be Daniel Jones's last season as a New York Giant, and all of a sudden you bring in Mike Kafka and Brian Dabble. Good Lord, he looks good, and he's got some okay receivers like Darius Slayton is fine. He drops quite a few passes. You've got Richie James, who's a little bit older. Nobody really worries about him. Where the hell has Isaiah Hodgins come
Guys, I'm stopping you. Okay. It was the fastest speed for a quarterback,
from?
and it was 21
21.
miles per hour. Okay. It was not the fastest run. That specific year, that was 2020.
So you're
That
telling me
specific year, like Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, both of those guys had faster speeds than Daniel Jones on that run.
Vanilla Vic is faster than Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray?
It was the fastest run for a quarterback that
On
season.
that run.
Maybe they didn't get up to speed that season, but
The wind was
that
blowing at his back, pushing him forward.
Back to my question, Sean. Where in the hell has Isaiah Hodgins come from?
Out of nowhere, man. I mean, Dabble is the quarterback whisperer, so no matter who you put around him, he can do great things. That's very evident in the fact that Josh Allen did not have an interception at all last year in the playoffs, and he had two in this season so far. Big problem for Josh Allen not having Dabble as his Dable, whatever his name is. Who cares? Whatever his name is, he is the quarterback whisperer. He's making Daniel Jones look incredible. Does not matter who is out there that he's throwing the ball to. He's going to get the ball to them.
do we think this game, the potential playoff run that Daniel Jones is about to go on, is it enough that he stays on the team, or is New York still looking elsewhere?
I think I think it depends on the situation and who they can get. Like they're not gonna. You know what you have in Danny Dimes. So you're not gonna go after a rookie in the draft who isn't highly sought after. They're not gonna have a super high pick. So you're not gonna worry about that. You're gonna fill other positions. The only thing I would say is if they are in line for Lamar, Aaron Rodgers, that caliber of quarterback, that would be the only time that they probably seek after it. But at the same time, I mean, you've got other areas of need that need to be gifted. You've got receivers, you've got offensive line, you've got some spots on the defense that need to be fixed up. There's plenty of other options that need to be filled far before you get to Danny Dimes if he can continue playing like this is the other thing. If Dabble thinks he can keep playing like this, then no, you got other areas you got to fill.
They're definitely not signing him to a max contract, though. If they're going to keep him, they're going to sign him to a team-friendly contract. he wants to go test the waters, go do it, because I don't see any other team really giving him big numbers.
Well, they've still got a 5th-year option on him as well, so
I thought they had
wouldn't
to
be too
decide
worried
this
about it.
season.
Oh, maybe I thought they picked it up. No,
Can't remember.
I don't know. Nobody cares about Danny Times. So got to be Kirk Cousins' last game. I hear a lot of Vikings fans talking about maybe somehow getting Dalvin Cook out. This is his first full season that he has played. He looked pretty solid, but the injuries have been an issue in the past.
They're like, this is the best it's gonna get. Get him out of here.
And
Bring
I
the new
would,
guy in.
if I'm a Vikings fan, I start getting a little worried about Justin Jefferson. Does he want to stick around? Your franchise is known for getting rid of young greats very, very early and trying to turn them around. You've done it with Chris Carson. You've done it with Randy Moss. You even did it with Stephon Diggs. Even though you won that trade, you still did that. If I'm a Vikings fan, I start getting a little worried about what you
Chris
built.
Carter.
Yeah, sorry. Find me.
Okay.
If I'm a Vikings fan, I start getting a little worried about what this team might look like next season.
I think they're just satisfied with having the greatest wide receivers to play the game and just having them be a part of their team for a little bit. They don't care about Super Bowls.
Instead of paying them. I mean, clearly they don't care about Super Bowls. They won one 50 plus years ago. That's it.
And they have Kirk Cousins as their quarterback. You know,
Who's
you're
not
Super Bowl.
even if they're gonna, just like the Chargers, even if everybody in the offseason is gonna say that they're gonna go to the Super Bowl, Kirk Cousins not gonna get you there, bud. Negative point differential doesn't get you to the Super Bowl.
No, gosh. I mean, that's worst, second worst, 11 plus, second worst 11 plus win team we've seen ever in the history of the NFL.
Who's the first worst?
That Pittsburgh team that went 11-0 to start the season like 3 years ago.
The Vikings are the number one worst 13-win team ever, though.
I would say the Vikings would absolutely wipe the floor with that Steelers
I would have
team.
loved to see a game. Okay. I was just gonna say I would
we
love
gotta
to see
do
a game.
We got to do that. Ben, I don't care if this is the worst defense recorded in NFL history or not. This defense is picking off Ben Roethlisberger that season at least 12 times in one game. Patrick Peterson is returning 3 of them, all for touchdowns. Kohls Cash Cousins is throwing for 1,000 yards, and Justin Jefferson is getting 700 of them in that single game. That Pittsburgh team was so god awful.
You really lean into those hyperboles there.
Yeah,
Like,
those are allowed.
I do. I like those.
On the most random hypothetical situation that comes out of our show. What year Steelers is that?
Well, that was the year that we played them in the playoffs. So that would have had to have been
What, the game that we lost and we didn't give up a touchdown?
No. Recent. It would have been Ben Roethlisberger's last year, second to last year.
I was gonna say, was it his
So
last
20
year?
was that
2020.
was that 2019, 2020?
Last year was his last season, right?
Yes. Yeah.
2020.
Yes. Yeah. So 2020. It was awful team. Awful team. The Vikings would beat that Pittsburgh Steelers team by at least 30.
Well, would it be a noon game or would it be like a 3 o'clock night game? Like that all goes into effect here too.
That's fair. That's fair. For
if it's at noon, they're wiping the floor with the Steelers.
For
Any other time,
sakes,
it's gonna be close.
I think it would have to be. I think it would have to be a noon game because nobody cares about Steelers or Vikings.
Then I have to go with the Vikings all day there.
Can't disagree. Lamar,
they didn't play us, and the Steelers didn't play us that year.
No.
They lost to the Browns first round. They lost to the Browns 48-37 in the playoffs.
Then we played the
in
Browns.
the wild card, and then we beat
That's
the
right.
Browns.
That's right.
That's insane.
You want to talk about fraudulent teams? That is the most fraudulent I've ever seen.
The Browns scored 28 points in the first quarter of that game. That's I want to go watch this game.
Just watch the first half.
This game after
Just watch the first half.
Scored.